Hello Flosstube friends, welcome to my channel. I am Lisa and this is Cross by Floss, where I talk about cross stitching and life blabbings. Today is July 19th, Sunday, July 19th, and I am exactly 3 weeks from the last video that I did, the last regular video. I did do a special video where I got the Just Cross Stitch Special Edition Halloween 2020 magazine and did a flip through of that. So if that is something that you're interested in, go check out that video. It was a lot of fun. I have to say that there were a lot of awesome things in that edition, and I can't wait to get started on stitching some of those things. So I've moved my baby to Oregon and he started school. Long story short, not in school. We're not going to talk about it. But we did get him an apartment. He is very happy there, and I am very sad. I have spent the better part of a lot of days crying, and I miss that kid. I do have his dog though. We weren't able to find a place that would take not only his breed, but animals anyways. And so I have his dog, and I posted a picture of Odin on Instagram. He is a Mastiff Dane mix. He is a big baby and he will not leave my side. So if I move, if I even like twitch a toe, he is on high alert. Like, what are we doing? Where are we going? What is happening? So he is definitely missing his dad, but yeah, as much as I do, but now he is my big baby. Oh goodness, but one step closer to that craft room. So the girl is moving out in a couple of weeks. They are really ramping up now, you know, getting pretty serious about packing and getting things organized and ready to go. And so, yeah, I'm conflicted about my craft room though. I do have now 2 rooms that I could make them in. One, I need to rip the carpet out and put new flooring in. And that was always the room. It was the boys' room, and that's where Mitchell was. That was always the room that I had intended when the kids moved out. That would be my craft room. When I built that room, I specifically made it so that it could be a craft room in the future. But I also want a room where, you know, anybody can come back if need be. And but chances are, you know, once they leave, they're probably gone. So I don't know, you guys. Anyways, yeah, not a lot of stitching either, because, you know, it's really hard to see those patterns through your tears. So, so I've watched a lot of Flosstube. So let's get into what I did do this week. So I have a finish. I do have a finish. And I did do some work on some whips. Jolly July went out the window, and I think I need to apologize about Jolly July. I guess the intent on Jolly July is to do ornaments and to do, you know, catch up on ornaments throughout the month. And I took it as, you know, how we do Stitch Mania is make it how you want it. And so I guess I wasn't really on the up and up on realizing what Jolly July was. And so the plans that I'd had, you know, they didn't involve an ornament. So, and anyways, those plans went out the window because, again, it's real hard to see your charts through your tears. So anyway, I do have some whips, and then I've got some haul, and then the giveaways at the end. So let's get into it. I did bring back out my Mirabilias. They give me great comfort, and I do love doing them. So the first one that I brought back out was the Archangel. There's 2 names that I'm considering for him. They still haven't quite spoken to me yet, and maybe when I get to his face, one of them will shout louder than the other. We'll see. But this is what I've gotten done on him. I did do some Krynic. I worked on the Krynic. Do you see that there? Devil's floss, people. Devil's floss. I hate it. I'm struggling because maybe it looks okay in the camera, I'm not sure, but my tension's pretty good, I think, and I'm still seeing, like, I'm seeing parts of it up, you know, as if the tension wasn't good. And I used a laying tool, even though it's only one strand of floss, and to make sure that there was no twist, that there was no anything that happened. So I don't know if it's the shine of it or whatever. Anyways, I'm not in love. It does make the pattern look beautiful though. So so still working on his wing, and I love this. This is a piece of 18 count Aida from Fabrics by LJ. I don't remember off the top of my head the name of the, oh wait, yes I do. It was Au Gray, and love that fabric. Love it, that fabric. And then I did a little bit more work on Ella, the Frog Princess. Another Mirabilia. And in my last video, I think I talked about, you know, going to Michael's, Joann's, Hobby Lobby and buying up all the floss, because how is it that you have like a ton of DMC? Like, I swear I have the whole collection of DMC, but then when I need some colors, I don't have them. I don't know how that happens. Anywho, I was missing the pinks, and so I picked those up and I started more in her hair and coming down into her dress. So I did get a little bit more done on her. This is a nice easy stitch, along with the Archangel. He is also really easy to work on, and so love that. That's done on a, I don't remember what I did this on. I'm sorry, I don't have the fabric color in there, but I will link that down below. So then I started some Halloween patterns because Halloween makes me happy. So I started on this one here, which is Witch Witch by La Di Da. And you guys, I love this one because it's just all one color. I'm doing it in a Threadworks, I think it's 11211. I don't remember, but I will link it down below. And so, and this is done on a 16 count Aida, I believe, that I coffee tea dyed myself. And so I finished up this border here. It's 111 by 111. So I'm pretty certain that I've got 111 here. I've counted it like 17 times. And so then I started doing the pattern, more of the pattern, and then I'll count and make my way up. So if I've made a mistake here, it's not going to be that big of a deal to take it out before I match up my border. So so what did I do? Oh, I got this line in here. And so which shoes? These are mice. They are missing their tail right now. And then this is the bottom of, I'm not sure if it's a table or if it's her, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what that background is. Maybe she's standing behind a table, but she's got a black cat walking across it. I don't know. But that's, I started doing that border here, and I'm gonna work my way up. But I just love the color and the variegation, and you know how old it looks, and the color on here. I love everything about this piece. And so, and it's easy as well, again, because it's one color. So yeah. The next one I worked on was the Heart in Hand, Creeping It Round. This little guy here. And I am doing it on a piece of color and cotton even weave. Maybe it's linen. I think it's even weave. I'm not sure. But I started the black cat over here, this black cat, and golly, I'm telling you, this 2/2 is, it's real hard. It is real hard for me. So I will say that Ada is definitely my favorite go-to. I am struggling on this, but I'm getting it done. It is not my favorite, but I tell you, when I get it finished and I get it into a pie plate or something, I'm going to be so happy to have this done. So I worked a little on that. That involves intense concentration on my part, I think, is what the problem is. And when I cross stitch, I like it to be easy, and Ada's easy because I can see the holes. And you know, if you go over an extra, there's no way you can go under. But if you go over a hole too much, you see it right away. Whereas in this fabric, I'm struggling, you know, and going, ooh, that might not look right. So anyway, I will be happy when that gets done. So I'm working on it a little bit at a time, at least once a week. I'm trying to pick it up and do something in it. And then the last Halloween one that I did the last 3 weeks is this Lizzy Kate, If the Broom Fits. This one here. And I kept working on the hat, and so I've started working my way up here. These little spaces in between here are done with a sparkly black thread, and so I thought that the étoile probably would be a really nice look in there. These patterns were done before, you know, étoile came out, and by Lizzie Kate, I believe. And so I don't see a date on here. I'm not sure. Let's see. Yeah, there's no date in here. Oh, 2001. So yeah, definitely before étoile. And I think that they call for a very fine black Krennic. That's not happening. Étoile is gonna, I think, is what I'm gonna make my sparkly bits for. So that's what I worked on for the Halloween. And then I have continued on with this, with the pattern Let Heaven and Nature Sing. This one here, Let Heaven and Nature Sing, from this book, With Needle and Thread by Blackbird Designs. And I want to thank a viewer who sent me an email and said she had watched my video and she thought that she could find the conversion to the old sample, what was it? Old Willow Stitchery thread, because I can't find that I can't find that floss. And so she sent me an attachment that had the conversions that you could do for Anchor and DMC and the Old Willow Stitchery. And so thank you so much, because I was able to find the name and look for the conversion. Now it said the DMC color was going to be 733. That is the color for, let me see if I can get you guys a good look. Okay, so this stem or leaves off the flower here, all of these around the border, all of them, including in here and a little bit in here, all along that is the old stitchery old willow stitchery thread. And so when I looked up the conversion, it said that the anchor was 280 and anchor to DMC is 733. So that's the color that it says that it's supposed to be. And these are the colors that I have. Oops. Let's get this here. These are the colors that I have in my pattern right now, or these are the called for colors. And then here's the 733. I'm not sure that it goes. So I picked up 471, and 471 with this red, which is Aztec red, looks a little better, I think, than that does. Oh, I'm doing the worst job of showing these colors. So I'm struggling. And so I think I'll put, you know, a thread in of each one along my pattern and see which looks better and then make that decision. But still, what a godsend that, you know, that there is a conversion out there for those, because I was stuck. I really had no jumping point, and now at least I have a jumping point. And so thank you so much. So I did do a little bit of work, and I'm pretty sure you guys, last time I showed this, I showed it backwards. I showed my back and nobody pointed it out. But I did a little bit more work on the corner. Yeah, I think I worked on the corner down here and got that edging in. And then I got a few of the letters in for the words. And Schneckly, you guys, there's so much Schneckly in this Weeks Dye Works, but it's pretty and I do like it. So so I am working on that. This is also on a 28 count even weave, though this one seems easier. I don't know if it's because it's like a neutral pattern, a neutral color, that it's a little easier to see. And I also coffee dyed this a little bit so that I got a little bit more of an aged look to it. So I am enjoying stitching this, and it's I can't wait for it to be done too. Oh, I think, don't we all say that about our patterns? We can't wait for them to be done. Okay, and I got a finish. I finished the Believe Mill Hill kit, so it's just called Believe, and my Santa all the way down to the button. So the beading's done, the back stitching. This pattern this piece I started in 2017. It's only taken me 3 years to get it done. But I love it. And when I get myself organized, I will find the frame that I did buy for this, because I bought it at the same time, and who knows where it is right now. And so yeah, I did choose on my beading. So on the beading, they said to do it with the color of the beads correspond the thread. And I did not love. I was not loving, because some of these beads are just a half stitch so that they lay one way, and then the tiny beads, these itty bitty green beads, are a double, you know, a full cross, so that they lay straight up and down. And let me tell you what a pain in the butt that is to try. Like, why would you do the tiny beads as a full cross when the needle barely gets through one pass anyways, whereas the, you know, the bigger bead, it's a half cross. Anyway, beading needle helped a lot. And I had one of those flexible ones that rocked. And there's Kreinik in here, you guys. Oh, I had to use Kreinik. And but I got it all done. Anyways, I didn't like the look of the color thread with the color bead, and so I went and got some invisible thread, and I'm glad I did, because this is the back of my piece. And I mean, it's already pretty messy, but if I had used the colors, you know, and traveling from bead to bead, because like right here, there's just 2 little beads here, and then, you know, you've got to go, and then you had to go up, you know, all the way up here. Well, the traveling that would have happened, and I do under my stitches, you know, I thread under to get to the next spot and stuff, but you still see it. And so anyways, not that anybody looks at the back, especially when it's, you know, finished and everything, but I do like to see, I like my backs neat, or as neat as they can be. So anyways, it is done, and I am super thrilled. I didn't read the directions on this first cross very well with this Kreinik. And anyways, this star's unique. I'm gonna call it good. I'm all right with it. And but I had to pull it out. Do you know what it's like to pull Kreinik out, you guys? Devil's floss. Don't love it. So because I finished that piece, I have it up for grabs. So it is going to be part of the giveaway at the end. So watch for that. Okay, so because I did not get a lot of stitching in, I have to get to my notes, sorry. I didn't get a lot of stitching in. I did watch a lot of Flosstube. And I found some new, to me, people, and I just want to do a couple of shout outs for that. So Stitchin' Big Things with Hallie. She has 3 or 4 videos up now, and she is lovely. She's been stitching for a long time. She has 4 boys, and I can I have 3. And I do know, you know, having boys in the house. And yeah, I relate to her a little bit on having all those boys. And she does Mira's and Hayes, Heaven and Earth Designs. She does very big pieces, and her stitching's beautiful. So go check her out. She's lovely. I really enjoy watching her videos when she has another one come up. She just had another one come up just the other day, I think. And I stitched on Witch while I listened to her. So that was lovely. The other one is Globetrotting Stitcher. Her name is Amy, and she just released a new video, I believe yesterday or this morning. And so I got to watch her as well. She's lovely. She's a redhead, and her husband does all of her video editing and stuff, and it's awesome. And she's got beautiful projects, and her job is unique, and it's I can't wait until she starts doing some of the stories and shares with us her experiences with her job. So that'll be fun. The other one is Elizabeth Ann Can Stitch. Oh my gosh, she is so cute. She is in Texas, and she just started Flosstube not too long ago. She did a Know Your Needleworker tag, which was really nice. I love when people do Know Your Needleworker tag, because you get to know them a little bit more, and the personality of people come out. And I just like watching that and watching the transition, you know, from the first video into, you know, new videos, and how you develop. I love it. Anyways, she does cross stitching and quilting, sewing, all kinds of stuff, and she's just started learning to frame her own pieces too, which I am always envious of people who just, you know, take up something and go, I'm gonna learn this real well. And her pieces are beautiful. What she has done, really lovely. And then the last one that I'm gonna shout out is Situation Normal. Her name is Kathleen, and I'll link all of these down below. It might be tomorrow that they go up, but I will link them. She is a sweetie. She has the sweetest smile, her bubbly personality, like she's adorable. And she shares the love of cross stitch with everyone in her family, like her family and friends. She is all about that. Did you know about cross stitch? It's a wonderful, craft to do. And she's just so sweet. She's just really, really sweet. And then her projects, what she shows, and she has a lot of the same kind of stitching style that I do. Actually, all the ladies that I mentioned do. So go check them out. So for new to me cross stitchers and starting Flosstube. The other thing that I want to mention is that there are some sales going on, and the sales that I am involved in a couple of sales right now. I am a horrible sale person. I want to stitch all the things. I want to be involved in a sale, but I can't keep up with a sale. I mean, I'm doing cinnamon stars with, oh goodness, I forgot. I'll link it. I apologize. My mind is not where, I'm not on my game this week. Anyways, I started Cinnamon Stars. I was so excited. I was going to get, a couple of threads in at least every week. I am doing the Blackwork Sal. Again, I can't remember the name. And it's the 52 weeks Sal. I'm so far behind it. I'm like probably half behind. I am so far behind. I am also doing the Modern Folk Art Quaker Sal. I am so far behind. So there's all of these lovely sals out there that I would love to do, and I can't keep up. Anyway, but I have them all going, and I'm going to get them done. So actually next year might be my year of sals. My year of catch-up sals. I don't know. But there's a couple of new sals that are coming out. And one of them I want to mention, this is a free sal. And it's by Stitchonomy. And her name is Alyssa. I believe she's in the UK. I could have that wrong. And but if you sign up for her newsletter, and I will link the details down below. If you sign up for her newsletter, she puts out 4 or 5 sals a year. They are free, and they're super cute. And so she sends out like once a week or once every 3 days or however long the sal is. She sends out a pattern via email. And she's got a Halloween one that's coming up. And so I think if you join before August, I don't remember, but if you join by a certain time, that pattern is free, or that sal is free. If you join after, then I think she has an Etsy shop, or she's on like Gumroad or whatever the other sites are that you pay a little bit for the pattern. Patreon, she does a Patreon. That you then pay for the pattern. So if you sign up beforehand, it's free. If you miss the deadline, then you can still be a part of the sal. You can still see the pattern. You just are going to have to pay a little bit for it. So I will link that one down below because you guys know I love all things Halloween. The next one is, and this is also is it a free sal? I don't remember, but Stitching Book Club on Instagram, and it's all one word, hashtag stitching, no, not hashtag, at Stitching Book Club, all one word. And she's doing a Frankenstein sal. Now she just did the Secret Garden sal, and then before that there was the Three Musketeers sal. Beautiful. Okay, again, I joined the Secret Book Club Sal. Haven't done a darn thing on it. I haven't even dyed my fabric. I have the colors, I have the fabric, I haven't put the two together. Sad. Then Autumn Lane Stitchery, Autumn Lane Stitchers announced in their last Flosstube that they were doing a mystery Sal, and it's going to be a year-long mystery Sal. I believe it starts in September, and who is so excited for that? It's like an evil queen, evil something of the sea. I can't wait. I cannot wait. They're so, if you haven't checked out their floss tubes, you should. They are hilarious. There's a lot going on. You got to be on your game. Like, I don't stitch when I'm watching them. I just have to watch them because there's so much going on. But I love watching Cassandra and Erin. Lord, I hope it was Erin. I'm pretty sure it's Erin. Who make the floss tubes. They're so sweet. Anyway, so look for that. It's on Etsy. You can go to their Etsy shop, and it's $20, and they are doing this in collaboration with Fabrics by Stephanie. Oh Lord, I hope I don't have that wrong. Again, I'll link whatever I get wrong. I'm gonna link down below, you guys, and I apologize. I did take notes, but clearly not good enough notes. And then a Tiny Modernist has a Sal, has two Sals. She just announced her Christmas Sal, and she's got a Halloween Ouija Sal that's come. Oh, it's so cool. So yes, I went to Etsy and I signed up for both, and I am excited. So cute. I love Tiny Modernist stuff anyways. Her patterns are very, they're lovely. They're lovely to work on. And other than that, I just am gonna, continue on going through my whips. And I was going to have a new start because I had finished Santa or the Believe, and so I've kitted up quite a few different Christmas patterns, and I just couldn't get myself together. So in order to do a new start, how sad is that? But I have been taking some solace in the ones that I've got going on, and I do have a lot of whips going on. I'm not hurting. And then August is coming up faster than I am thinking. And so I'm trying to think of what I want to do for August. And I've seen that some Flosstubers are talking about like a autumnal August, or yeah, that they're going to work on like Halloween for August or something like that. And because I already did Halloween patterns in April, I could continue doing that. But then I was thinking, August is starts with an A, and I've got my Anne Boleyn piece that I really want to get back to. I haven't done anything on her since, I don't know, the last time I showed her, and that was a while ago. And so I'd like to do that, and I'd also like to work on the Archangel because he is becoming a very lovely stitch. There's not a lot of color, at least not yet. There's not a lot of color changes. There's huge blocks of the same color, which is nice. And so I was thinking maybe I would make August all about like my A patterns and choose a few and do that. I don't know. Or maybe it's going to be like Acquisition August and not buying more things, but using what I've got. That might happen too. Okay. So that's pretty much what I got. Let's get to the giveaways. You guys, I thank you so much. You know that I appreciate you greatly, and I have surpassed the 1,000 subscribers, and I think I've got, I'm heading into 150, what is it? 1,500 subscribers. I'm, working my way into that, and I just thank you all so much. I'm blown away by the response, and I'm so grateful, very, very grateful. And but let's get to the 1,000 subscriber giveaway prizes that I had. And I had a lot of response, and I'm also going to tell you that I read every single one of your comments. I try to comment on every one of those comments, and I don't know what happened to Facebook, not Facebook, YouTube. I made comments on several people's comments. I responded to those comments, hearted it, did the whole thing. And when I looked the next day, they hadn't showed up. Some did and others didn't. And when I write a comment, I normally put, you know, I talk a lot. And so I had put some, you know, sentences together, and they weren't there. So if I have not responded to your comment or you don't see a response, it's not because I did not read it and I didn't attempt to do something. I did. So I'm going to go back. It's been a busy 3 weeks. So please, a little grace. I apologize, but I do read them, and I hearted every single one of them this morning so that you know that I have looked at them. And of course, if you said the 2 words that were necessary for the giveaway, you have been entered. Everything is good. So get on with it, Lisa, right? I did the random name generator from Comment Picker from YouTube. And let me pull up the pictures of what I took. And so there was this Garon Toten bag, and the keyword was coffee for this one. And is that what I did first? Let's see. Yes, coffee. If you use the word coffee, so there were 73 commenters who were interested in the coffee bag, and the winner is Gail Blaine. So Gail Blaine, if you would get a hold of me via email or even on my Instagram, and I will have that linked down below. But if you get a hold of me, I will get this sent out to you. And so Gail said, wow on the haul, Lisa. Congratulations on 1,000 subscribers. My coffee intake is probably doubled in the winter months. Yeah, I agree. Our winter months are rainy here and chilly, coldish. And so yeah, I definitely drink a lot more coffee to keep warm. So I hear you, Gail. So congratulations. And then the other one that I was drawing for the 1,000 subscriber giveaway was this Blackbird Designs pattern called The Winter is Past. And so not only will you get the pattern, but as many flosses as I can get from my LNS, and I will get those, their week's dye works, and I will get them this week. And so as soon as I get those, I will mail that off. And so the winner was Sherry Bisbee. So Sherry Bisbee. And she said, just found you. I will now be binge watching your videos. So sorry for the loss of your fur baby. It's heartbreaking. Getting ready to kit up my coffee Quaker design chart, and the bag would be perfect. The Blackbird design winter chart would be a sweet stitch. Until next video, happy stitching and happy retail shopping. Therapy, yes. So congratulations, Sherry. You can get a hold of me for that. I also wanted to thank everybody for all the comments on our fur baby Jedi who went over the Rainbow Bridge. You guys, it's been a really emotional 3 weeks. A lot has happened, and I want to thank you guys for reaching out and for commenting, and I really appreciate it. I really do. So thank you, and please keep those comments coming. All right, the other giveaway that I did was in my special edition video where I flipped through this awesome just cross stitch 2020 special collector's issue of Halloween with 58 spooky designs. And you guys, this was by far one of the best magazines I've seen for Halloween in a long time. And you know, my philosophy is if you can find 2 to 3 patterns in a magazine, it's worth the money, because, you know, it's $10 and you're typically going to buy a pattern for $5 to $10 anyways, or more. And so if you can find a couple of patterns in the magazine, it's worth it. Out of the 58 in here, I would say that there is probably 40 that I want to do, and not that I wouldn't want to do all the others. They're just maybe not the style, or, you know, a little Halloween is for kids, right? And or it's kid themed, and I don't do kid themed Halloween-ish cross stitching. So so those, you know, patterns are adorable. I just wouldn't do them for me. So but 40 patterns for $10, like, hello, yes. The winner of this magazine is Home Sweet Home Handmade. So thank you for your comment. There were 55 people interested in this magazine, and she says the Halloween issue looks amazing, and I would like to stitch lots of the designs. Best wishes, Natalie. So Natalie of Home Sweet Home Handmade, and this magazine is yours. Please get a hold of me via email or Instagram, and I will get your address and get this sent out to you. So again, thank you all so very much for entering, watching, subscribing, commenting. I really appreciate you. Okay, so I had mentioned earlier that I was going to give away this Believe pattern because I finished it and I don't have any, I don't have any need for the pattern anymore. And so if you are interested in stitching this, not only will you get the chart, which I did not mark up, I didn't do anything to, it's being lovingly used, you know, folded back and forth and stuff. So maybe some of the folds are not as sharp. But you're also going to get the floss that was in here. There's no beads, no button, but there is a list. And I mean, I think the beads made it, but I think that you could do some things without the beads as well. It just depends on how you feel about it. I did not use the floss. I'm going to tell you really quick kit issue that I have. I hate kits that have the floss because the way they name the floss is light ivory, medium ivory, light medium ivory. And sometimes they look real similar and you're not sure. So what I do is I go to, if it's got the DMC numbers to it, I will go to that and I'll take it out of my stash and I'll actually use those. So I started using the threads from the kitted threads, and I did use a Krynic because it's a different Krynic than I have. I think it's an 8 and I have 4s. And so anyways, you will get the rest of the floss, which is pretty new, the pattern, and everything but the beads and the button. And so if you were interested in this, how about we say Believe? And then I have been digging through my stash acquisition charts and patterns and things that I've had, and I've had this in my stash for a really long time and I am never going to use it. So it is a Gold Collection Petites Dimension Kit, and it's called Dreaming of Tuscany. And I just thought, you know, it's wine season. It's always wine season, duh. And girl likes a good bottle of wine. And but I'm not gonna do this. I'm farm country in my decor, and not so much the wine decor anymore. And so if you are interested in this, let's say wine. W-I-N-E, not W-H-I-N-E. I did a bunch of whining in this video, but that's not the wine that we want. So it's a full kit. You get the Ada, you get the floss, you get everything that you need, including a needle. The only thing you don't get is a hoop. So chart, the whole deal is in here. I bought this at Ben Franklin's oh so long ago. Oh my goodness, you guys, the things that I have that I will be, you know, giving, lovingly passing along. So if you are interested in that, please let me know. Okay, I did this so out of order, you guys. I'm again a hot mess. I feel like a real hot mess this week, and I apologize. I don't have a lot of haul, mainly because I don't remember what I got over the 3 weeks, and it wasn't much. I was busy buying things for a child's apartment and not so much the retail therapy online, though Etsy patterns and I for next week have blown up. I did receive my So Much to Love bag of the month, and again, Karen just knocks these out of the park. Like, how gorgeous is this bag? So it's got watering can, flowers, flag, like, it's gorgeous. It's just gorgeous. And the inside fabric is this really beautiful blue and white checked fabric. Karen just makes the most beautiful, they're beautiful bags. And when you are part of the Bag of the Month Club, you receive, you know, your little bag of goodies. And I tell you what, you guys, it was, I mean, they're always fantastic, but ooh, it was so good this time. So we received an exclusive pattern by Summer House Stitchworks, and this is called American Harmony, and it's gorgeous, beautiful. And then Lady Dot Creates did a So Much to Love July Bag of the Month kit, and there are these beautiful pins. Look at these pins, they're gorgeous. And there's some there's some pom-poms and some beautiful ribbon, and then this gorgeous crocheted you know, stuff. It's gorgeous. So in the red, white, and blue theme, it's beautiful. So, and then you got a little stash tee. Was there something else in here? No. So, and then a little stash tee, which is always so appreciated. So Karen, again, knocked this bag out of the park. It's just beautiful. There's not been one bag that I've received in my Bag of the Month Club that I have not loved. Like, honestly, beautiful. So if you have the opportunity and you're looking for a Bag of the Month, I highly recommend Karen. I also highly recommend Garon Toten Bags, because their Bag of the Month is fantastic. Okay, the other thing that came was my Coloring Cotton Fabric of the Month, and this is July's fabric, and it's called Pearwood. Now I'm part of the 16 count Ada fabric, and this is beautiful. So it's called Pearwood, and it's a really gorgeous, kind of a dusty rose-ish color, I guess, yeah. And so it was exciting to see the Fabric of the Month come back, because they did miss June because of COVID, and supply and demand is getting hard. You know, a lot of the fabrics may come from overseas or whatever, and they're struggling just as much as everybody else. And so getting things back to normal, people are struggling. So it was lovely to see the fabric for the month. That was awesome. All right, you guys, I think that that's it. Thank you so much for joining me. If you are any of the winners, Natalie, Gail, and Sherry, get a hold of me via my email or my Instagram, and I will send your goodies off to you. And then, of course, if you are interested in the new giveaways, please be 18, please be a subscriber, don't mention giveaway, all of those good things. And yeah, I hope you all have a wonderful week. I will be back when I can. Moving day is going to be in a couple of weeks for the girl, and then I have a couple of rooms to clean and rip up carpet and wash walls and figure out which one is going to be my craft room and get those going, and, you know, be a source of help for my son out there in Oregon. Not that it's that far away. I make it sound like it's like out there. It's only a 3-hour drive. It's not that big of a deal. But he's not home with me, and I'm sure he's living life and having a great time. Anyway, I hope you all have a wonderful week. Stay safe, stay healthy, wear your mask, do all the things, wash your hands, stay away from people. Ick. Yeah. Okay, have a good one. I'll see you in my next video. Bye-bye.